to people he described as being in the nation's governance structure.
Senator Fitzgerald Hinds could not help referring to the state of emergency which was announced by the Prime Minister exactly 1 year ago today. He also drew attention to comments attributed to Attorney General Ram Logan in a newspaper report.
And he boasted only yesterday that having implemented the failed state of emergency, from which I'm moving, not one red cent has been paid to all those thousands of people who were arrested and kept without bail and wrongly. But I want to let him know there are matters in the court, and in due time, red cents will be paid.
The Senate President cautioned Senator Hinds on several occasions to stick to the issue of money laundering and terrorism financing being debated. The opposition senator moved on to the Financial Intelligence Unit, challenging the government to say what high-profile anti-money laundering cases it is now pursuing.
And I hear them talking about Mr. Big. Let me put this carefully. There are probably people in the governance structure of Trinidad and Tobago today whose activities and whose conduct cannot stand proper scrutiny of the FIU.
Senator Hinds further said there are loopholes in the law now that can be taken advantage of by money launderers.
If it turns out that there is some money laundering involved in the issues with CLICO, this major thing, nothing stops those who have money there from moving it away while the investigation ensues.
He says he hopes the government has the political will to address such deficiencies in the law. Jewel Brown, TV6 News.
Well over $500 million in dirty money circulating in the country. The finance minister gave an estimate for suspected money laundering in Trinidad and Tobago in the Senate today. And the Attorney General also says the time has come for the government to consider a change in the way it advertises jobs.
In his maiden contribution to a debate in the Senate, the finance minister says the Financial Intelligence Unit has taken action against a number of individuals and businesses for not registering with the FIU or not submitting compliance programs.
Enforcement at the first level was taken by issuing warning letters to 210 individuals and businesses. This resulted in a positive response from 131 of these individuals and entities to fulfilling their legal obligations and the submission of compliance programs to the FIU.
Minister Hawaii, himself a former banking executive, says the FIU is following up on the remaining individuals and businesses. He made the comment during a debate on a bill meant to give effect to key aspects of the operations of the FIU and the combating of the financing of terrorism regime. He says it is estimated billions of dollars are laundered worldwide. The minister then revealed the FIU's estimate for Trinidad and Tobago as contained in his 2010 and 2011 reports.
You will see that the total amount of money suspected to be involved in money laundering for both years combined is over 700 million TT.
The Attorney General told the Senate that 111 reports of suspected money laundering were received from February 2010 to September 2010, of which 58 came from the banking sector.
The monetary value, Mr. Speaker, of those suspicious activity reports and those suspicious transaction reports is $263 million.
He says in 2011, the FIU received 303 such suspicious activity reports. Saying the bill allows the electronic transmission of a consolidated list, the AG then made an interesting comment about government advertising.
Maybe the time has come for the public service and the government to start advertising jobs on Facebook. Jobs should be advertised on radio and TV. There is no point advertising a job that requires 3 and 4 O-levels in the newspapers when the people might not even be able to read it. They might not even be buying the newspaper. They might find it when it's too late. Let us advertise it on radio and television so it can reach a target audience.
The Attorney General said several vacancies in the FIU have now been filled or are to be filled soon. Jewel Brown, TV6 News.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars in instruments and sound amplification equipment was repossessed earlier today from the Divine Echoes Band Room, continuing the process of disbanding the state-funded orchestra.
The instruments they've grown accustomed to